Did you miss out on the collecting craze in 2020? Did you miss out on all those Super Nintendo games that are crazy expensive now, or those Sega Saturn games that are crazy expensive now? Let me tell you the one console you should be looking at, and that is the Xbox 360. I've looked at all of these price graphs, these price charting data and stuff like that, and you can see very clearly that in 2020 there was a boom in collecting and it never really cooled off. All the stuff that was expensive is even more expensive. Stuff that was inexpensive is expensive. Stuff like this current generation of consoles that we have, the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, the Nintendo Switch, sort of, those consoles are going to be, cheap. But it's when you go back further and you go back 2 generations or 1 generation, this rule really gets broken with the Xbox 360 generation, with the PlayStation 3 and the Wii U and sort of the Wii that you can kind of lump in together there or whatever. The Xbox 360 is a gold mine that you are looking at, and you can get games that are amazing for it for so cheap right now. And if you're on to collecting for it, it's an excellent one to start with. So starting off, there's so many games for the Xbox 360 that you can look at. You've got stuff like Dark Sector, that's an interesting third-person action game that is incredibly cheap. This game is $5 or less. When you're going through to your retro game stores and you're going to yard sales and stuff like that, this is the stuff you're going to find. You're not going to find Super Nintendo games, Nintendo games, NES games, GameCube games, stuff like that, Nintendo 64, Saturn. You're not going to find that stuff anymore because people know what it's worth. 360 games, people, one, have so many of them that they're like garbage at certain points, and two, there's so much of it out there that the stuff that is expensive sort of drags down with the rest of the prices. And then plus, this is the start of the collector's edition craze, and so you can have stuff that was a collector's edition that has a normal game that's even cheaper. So then you have games like Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, and you can get this game for nothing, and it's an incredible action platformer game that is really, really cheap and really fun, and it's just weird enough and to be something that people might want in the future. And so I know there's more copies of stuff out there, but there's more gamers than ever. There's more people looking for those hidden gems, those under the radar stuff. And then you get stuff like Tales of Vesperia, which is a Tales game for the Xbox 360. It's an RPG that's only on the Xbox 360. This is exclusive to the console. This is an RPG. That is the recipe for success when it comes to things like this. This is a recipe for a game to be extraordinarily expensive in the future. It might not reach those Earthbound levels or something like that, but Tales of Vesperia is another game on the console. Microsoft pushed to get RPGs on the console. It did not work. These games did not sell very well, so you can grab a copy of Tales of Vesperia for like $20, and it's a great game, and if you're collecting and you're collecting for value, there's no way that this game goes down. And then you have the Tony Hawk games. Tony Hawk is incredibly popular. It's been popular again. You have Tony Hawk's Project 8, you have Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, and then you have Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. These all came out, American Wasteland is a little more expensive than these two, but these games are rising in price as people go on. That's the other thing that you get with this console generation. The kids that grew up playing these games are now adults, and they now have disposable income, and they want to play the stuff that they played when they were little. What did everybody play when they were little? That's Guitar Hero and Tony Hawk. So no wonder they're coming back. No wonder we're trying to bring back Tony Hawk and Guitar Hero. Don't get me started on the Guitar Hero games, but Guitar Hero Metallica, exceptionally expensive on the console. The Rock Band games, same thing. Those instruments used to be garbage at GameStop, and now you can't find them because so many people had them, got rid of them, sold them, traded them, destroyed them, whatever. Because now they don't work on this new generation unless you have adapters that are hundreds of dollars. So there's that. Also, the launch games for the Xbox 360. Cameo Elements of Power, only on the 360. Cannot play this anywhere else. Fantastic third-person RPG sort of ish action game here for Rare. And you get games like this. This game is like $5 still. And this is the perfect recipe for a game out there to be up in price that's going to go up. You have Gears of War, which they have tons of new collections, but you can get Gears of War 1 and 2 for like less than $5 put together here. So these kind of games are only going to go up. And then, of course, you've got games like BioShock 2, which is available on a million other consoles. But the Xbox 360 is the perfect sort of starter kit console to collect for now, because the original Xbox is getting more expensive. The PlayStation 2 is outrageously expensive. The speculators and whoever else already got to the PlayStation 3. So hit the wagon early with the Xbox 360 and make sure to start collecting for that. And if you want to see an awesome video of a retro game store that I visited, check out this video right here, and you won't be disappointed by some of the prices that they had.